Hello, and welcome back to the continuation, the second video of my Don't Starve run, as Wilson attempts to battle the elements in the wilderness for his survival. Where last we left off, I had been trying to find a home and exploring the map as I do. We had gone to the north, found a wonderful area of grassland, but I believe it to be too far away from the main area to be considered a viable home, and I'm continuing my exploration of other paths. Actually, note that this road comes like this. I wonder if it makes a full loop and returns to the swamp later. Anyway, with night fast approaching, I may not get to make this decision. I hear the ominous low rumbling noise constantly. Multiple spider dens. As tempting as it is to fight them, I have no armor right now, and so I will take an unnecessarily large amount of damage if I do. So, let's not tempt fate, shall we? Alright, off we go. Time is your most valuable resource in a Don't Starve. Not necessarily in an absolute sense, but just in terms of how you have to think about the game. You have infinite of it, don't get me wrong, but there's a constant burden on your time. You need to do X, Y, and Z, and only have time to do one. And so figuring out the most efficient way to do things will get you to win the game better, faster, and will reduce the amount of threat you are exposed to or increase the amount of time you have prepping for said threats. I'm tempted to explore this dark area in the middle of the swamp, but there's no urgency to it. Certainly doing it unarmed and at night is a bad idea, so let's just move on. We've now determined that this whole area is just a loop. Given walrus camps guarding this pathway, I'm leery of exploring it too much further, but you'll notice there was a very fair gap between those two, so who knows? Maybe there's a similar thing going on in the other direction. Pig houses! Interesting. Loot and gravestones and here we go. The path does in fact continue. It was just too dark for me to notice. So let us follow the path further south. Wait, dark. Something felt wrong about that. Okay. Crossing yet another biome, and there's another split of the road. We will have to see which pathway we need to follow. I literally can't see a damn thing at night when I'm walking by light of torch. Whoa, see, I crossed by a touchstone and didn't even notice it. That's how dark it is. Activate the touchstone, please. Yay! Let us check the other pathway, just make sure it's a tight loop, not a giant second fork in the road that leads somewhere totally different. It's times like this that I'm grateful I'm not losing anything by taking my nighttime jaunts by light of torch. Regularly flipping open my map lets me see what I should, by all rights, have seen just, you know, on the overworld. It's just thanks to their... See, I light a tree on fire and suddenly I can see everything. Okay. So there's a straight up pig colony, there's more evil things, and hey, it's my second thingy. Excellent. I can't carry more stuff, well, bugger me that. Drop the acorns. Having located a pig house, another pig house, and a touchstone, it's definitely a plus, and oh wow. This is just a valuable group of stuff that's been lying around on the floor. I'll trade my 11 rocks. Actually, I'll eat all the flowers I've picked as well. And then just get a nice large stack of cut stone, which is worth 4 rock a piece or something ridiculous like that. Okay, we're back where we started. We've reconnected with the main. So, we've got this giant loop-de-loop, a branching pathway to the swamp, through the swamp to a forested area. We've got our stone mine, which is obscenely far away by any method of access. Only other available rocks seem to be stray one-offs. We've got the southern path, which leads through several frog ponds. A wormhole connecting those two halves of the map. Presumably there's something more east of here, something more south of here, making this the most central location I've discovered so far. Unfortunately, I need renewable food, and all I'm seeing here is one rabbit hutch. If there's more rabbit hutches, I might just take the hit and call this my... Well, 3 isn't bad. I want better, but 3 is not actually a bad number. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There we go. This is home. Right here. There's no beefalo, unfortunately. And we're just going to leave that stuff lying around for convenience. But this is a good spot to call home, I would say. Because based on what we've seen of the map, it may not be central, but it's pretty darn decent. This is the resource-heavy area, so I might need to make a summer home or a winter home or something here at some point. Yeah, and I've already picked up 2 out of 5 thingies, which means only 3 to go. That's not bad at all for opening night jitters. So let us begin by dropping the thing that makes home home, the refuelable campfire, or the fire pit, and we're going to stick it right here in visual range of all the rabbit hutches. Perfect. Now with that set up, we can get to work on all the other necessities of home, including my first science machine, which does not actually need to be that important, and keep it in a mild distance, including my second science machine, the alchemy engine, which is going to require me to know how to make individual types of resources. One, two. Okay, I'm gonna need a lot more wood. I need to get wood. That's funny. Burn my cut stone. I now have 7 of it. That's excellent. Might as well save the Pyrus recipe for another time. But for God's sakes, make me a shovel. That's gonna be a key resource to know how to use. What else do I need to invent? Rabbit traps. Might as well get started on trapping my rabbits. Okay, that's decent for now. The other thing I can do is drop all of the thingies I've acquired. Drop my giant stack of gold. Nah, keep the gold, it's fine. This worn down axe is pretty useless. We'll break it soon. Right. We're still early enough in the game that this is not a good time to hunker down, so let us continue with exploration in a second. Oh, right, the backpack. I need to invent the backpack ASAP. That will expand my carry capacity dramatically. Where is it under... Oh, and a spear, right. Spear is a core invention to most inventions. Or sorry, the best weapon in the game, that's what I'm trying to say. Okay, there we go. I can now proceed with my resource gathering wandering for a long time. Also, I'm very hungry, so let's see if I can't get some rabbit for my stew. Hey you, you're gonna die. Got him. The reason F didn't auto-attack the rabbit initially is because the rabbit wasn't considered an enemy. I had to like tell it, no, I actually want to kill the rabbit, and then it worked. But yeah, whoever posted the comment, I forget who, but 1 or 2 videos back on how to auto-attack, thank you so much. It's made a world of difference to my play already. I lack for significant food stores. Fine, fine, just go. I'm gonna go straight into that trap anyway. Okay, overnight we'll cook that rabbit. For the time being, let's make use of what time I have available to start using my shovel. Oh, snap! There's a wormhole right here next to my base. I wonder where it leads. Tomorrow we will explore that wormhole further. And with any luck, it will take us somewhere useful. I'm not going to dig up the grass yet, because without a good source of fertilizer, I would be shooting myself in the foot since I wouldn't be able to replant it and get it back. Here's a skeleton who dropped lots of logs. I have enough torches to get back home. Yes, I do. Good. Okay. Restore my sanity, baby. Actually, shoveling up saplings is just is just a reasonable thing to do in general. And I do need to chop out wood for my fire. Or not for my fire, for my planks. Okay, we're getting there. We're really getting there now. It's a wonderful feeling. I don't know if you all have played this game or who are watching or not, but the feeling you get when you first lay down roots and are like, this is where I shall live, this is going to be my land, and we will call it this land, it's very awesome. Quickly scampering back to base. Due west of here, apparently. Okay, let us drop a newly found sapling into the fire. And then start cooking food all night. Good food. While we're busy, we will plant the few things that we have already acquired. Roast all these seeds. We're really just waiting for morning so that we can begin our exploration again. But no, again, as I said before, your big coin in this game is time. Time is the most important resource to manage, and if you do a good job at that, you'll do better. If you do a bad job, you'll do worse. Log suit will require another rope. I am quite happy to fill up my empty body slot with armor. Or not empty slot, you know, I keep some armor handy. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay, I used way too much fuel, apparently. 85 food is not a lot. I'm gonna need more. But for the time being, it'll have to suffice me. And it will suffice me for one day with a trip away from home, assuming regular usage. Where's my shovel? So the goals for today are to fill up a double armful of saplings and to explore the other end of the wormhole. Can totally do both of these things. Alright, sanity is capped, so no reason to continue digging up plants. I am gonna have to replant those. Wormhole, where will you take me? Holy crap. So, I thought this was the center of the map, that was the north, and that was the south tip. I am as far away from what I thought the south was as my original base is away from the south. which is okay, I guess, because since these are wormhole linked, I can get back and forth pretty reasonably quick. And yeah, so this is still like the most distant point to have to reach. Who knows, I might get a thingy out of this. I'm going to totally attempt to walk back home and take note of all the spider pits that I've just located. If I ever need to find a tier 3 spider den coming this far south, most likely one of these will have mutated that far. And of course, here I have absolutely no compunction about digging up everything I find. I'm never going to be using this as an easy regular source. Oh, I forgot to dump my cut stone. Shoot. I don't need to be carrying that with me, obviously. Okay, well, I need to have torches aplenty ready for the night. I only have one, so let's make 2. Because I'm definitely going to be traveling overnight to get back home. Is that a parallel road? No, it's not. Okay, good. Stick to the road. Use your shovel. I want to burn through this entire shovel and then some, just getting grass stumps and all for my home base. Whoa, what is that? It's an evil flower. Oh, because it's an evil, sorry, a totally normal tree here, which we are going to kill. Where's my axe? Apparently it hurts your sanity to do this, which isn't terribly surprising. But I'm wearing my petal hat, so... Passive sanity gain, baby! And getting living logs is obviously something I'm happy to do. Can I dig that stump up? Yes, I can. I now have 3. Excellent. Okay, I've got 1 more available to me there. Just quickly checking the fork in the road as well. Okay, it dissipates. Excellent. So we're definitely gonna have like double armful of sapling roots by the time we get back. At the rate we're going. I should really actually start collecting flowers again for a second garland. It's paying off pretty nicely. Oh hey look, it's another evil tree. If I take it down, I'll have the requisite 6 living logs. I think that's how many it takes, 6 to make the next tier thingy. I'm gonna leave this one stump so that I can come back for it in theory in the future and find it's regrown. Okay, that path actually leads further south rather than further north. And because I'm here, I'm tempted, so I'm gonna explore it further to the south. At risk of spider attacks overnight. Because right now, I don't have much to lose. I heard something that sounded like a pig. Oh my god, it was a pig. Hey you, pig, here. Have this. Now take a shit. Excellent. Here, have this. No thanks? Okay, fair enough. We can ditch all of my... Oh! It's the Pig King. This changes things. The Pig King is an infinite source of gold. You can give him meat, he gives you gold in exchange. If I can live out here part-time, that could be useful. Yeah, and there's a bunch of spiders here, so I can potentially exploit the pigs versus spiders conflict for my own ends as well. So that wormhole is actually really well placed since it gives me convenient access to the Pig King. Christmas, as they say, sometimes comes early. This is such a time. Let us ditch something I don't really need. Like, here, let's just eat this mushroom. That hurt my health. Okay, it was totally not worth it. but it helped my hunger. And we're just gonna pick all their berry bushes. With any luck, it'll... Oh, hey, there's a freaking gobbler in here. Yeah, carry my spear by default, actually. It'd be smarter. There, I now have enough berries to be getting on with for a while. Friggin' gobbler. We shall return to our regularly scheduled... We're gonna leave these bushes intact, actually, for any time I decide to come out and hang out with the pigs. I'll have a ready source of food. What I really would have liked to do is use the berries on the pigs to get manure so that I could grow a field of plants. Actually, I don't know why I'm talking like in the past tense with this. I can totally hang around for half an evening and then do exactly that. Okay. So we've got the south of the map. I don't know if it's going to lead back to this road if I go this way. If it does, great. If not, was that a hard barrier? No, it was not. I just turned around. If not, I can take this huge wheel approach to get back. Well, the one thing that's certain is I'm not hanging around with the Pig King just to get gold at this point in the game. I have a lot of gold to be getting on with, from non-renewable sources. No, instead I will make my way just exploration-wise. Back in the direction of home. Okay, so we have now explored the path, and in the middle of the glade is hidden a giant farm, complete with a metal potato thingy. So that's 3 out of 5 of the game-winning items that we found just by exploring, without actually needing to set up a base, settle down, or do any of the more important tasks of living. Crap, I need my torch right now. Okay, good. Do I have a backup torch? Yes. Okay, very good. Now, we don't really need to be carrying around acorns. They're about as unimportant as they come. Where's my shovel, though? Here, eat the carrot. Make a shovel. Oh, right. That. I could set up a fire, but frankly, for the sake of the 6 seconds that I'm going to be in the dark, it's not worth it. So we'll just continue gathering stuff until then. If I had a hammer, I could transport these farms back home. It's actually not a half bad idea now that I say it out loud and think about it. Sanity has taken a little bit of a hit over the course of the last couple days, and probably overeating that tainted mushroom. Anyway, we are getting very close to the first wolf attack, which I should be able to survive on account of having armor and a weapon. So my vote is we return to the pigs, we use their use the berries because I'm at full stomach. We use the berries to get a nice giant stack of crap. Then we head back towards my base, set up a lightning rod, and plant my 27 or so roots. And since I'm the only one playing, my vote is the only vote that counts, so hooray. And, yeah, 3 out of 5 game-winning items, not bad. Hey you, Piggy. Piggy, I got something for you. Give me a stack of crap. Thank you. It's really nice now that hitting spacebar is not going to put me at... Now that I know how it works, I can hit spacebar right next to a pig and not worry about it, you know, attacking the pig. When I really meant, oh no, I just want to approach or whatever. Where I want to pick up that item I just left right by it. I'm just going to go in a big circle, giving the pigs their own produce back. Oh, I didn't mean to dig. Whip out the spear, and you know what? Just for the moment, we're just gonna drop this. It's hindering an item slot and it doesn't need to be. Pigs! Have more of my stuff. Pigs, have more of my stuff. Pigs, have more of my stuff. Oh, he's not hungry yet. Sure. I need more these swine nearby. Hey, pig, have some of my stuff. Got lots of stuff. Stuff that's good for a pig. Stuff that makes him gassy. A lot of fiber in your diet. Good lord, I've spent a day just collecting pig crap. This is kinda nuts. But I am gonna need pretty much as much of this stuff as I can take. I'm gonna need 10 for just the stack of grasses that I'm carrying. I'm gonna need 6 more for a farm. I'm gonna need 3 more for planting my bushes. You know, I've got a lot of things that require crap. Come on! Where's the pigs? If I had meat, I would give them meat and just make them follow me. That'd make it easier to take a crap on the run. Here, have this. Okay, and I think that'll about do it. Alright, we'll just eat the seeds on my own. Restore me some of my... There, have that back. The most efficient way to make crap that I know. Of course, it requires me to have berries, but since I mined all of their berries, it doesn't even feel like I'm paying them anything. I'm feeding them their own food. Alright, that should be it. Last of them. Alright, well given that this is the Pig King, this is probably a dead end on this side, so we're just gonna head back via the path towards civilization. How are we doing for torches? We only have 1. 1 is 1 too few, better make 2. And we will head north until I have some reason not to head north. Do we have a free inventory slot to start stacking flowers? Not really. It's a pity, I really would have been happy to do that. See, while there's still dusklight, I'm going to be heavily engaging in digging up all the plants and such that I come across, because come true night I will not be able to anymore. Oh sweet, path is right here. And it's a brick road which tends to indicate a Pig King, which in fact it did in this case, so good on you. Okay, but the path is leading away from base. I will admit to some curiosity as to why, and I shall follow the path. Oh, second wormhole. So we'll use that wormhole as part of our exploration, I suppose. Though we really need to get home and start dropping off some of these resources, if for no other reason than just to make the plants grow. Or give them some time to grow. How are we doing for... Oh, sweet, we're out of stumps. Okay, we're going to replace... Shit, I don't want to replace any of this stuff. We've got my spear at any rate. And you know what? We followed that and it's just a loop around. We still need to explore the wormhole. Alright, drop that. So drop that, dig up the sapling, grab, dig up the sapling, grab the spear. That should be good. Alright, well now that we have figured out basically where the reconnection will happen, and we've also isolated honeycombs, I will next attempt the new wormhole, though I guess I do dare do it by nighttime, though my garland is unraveling rapidly, so I need to see to that soon. But my stomach is fine, so no need not to continue the search. Once again, part of the advantage of playing, well, not necessarily so much Wilson as not playing the nerfed Wolfgang. I don't have the extra hunger constantly. Okay, where are we? Interesting! This wormhole brings me here. West of this swampy area. This wormhole brings me here. And this wormhole brings me here. It's actually pretty good positioning on all of them. They're all off by a little. They all require about the same distance to reach relative to their distance traveled. So what I'm going to do is walk southwest through the jungle, light this mini forest on fire, knock it all out for charcoal, and ditch this grass tuft to make room for a stack of charcoal. Yeah, that's the plan. I've got a very nice stack of grass going already, which is beautiful. Just make sure that I'm not gonna be starting an uncontrolled burn when I do this. It looks like a pretty reasonable glade to light on fire. Assuming the fire catches, which of course it will. Where's my torch? There it is, okay. Okay, that's a very fair number of takedowns. Just go ahead and drop that for the moment. Now we were going to drop the grass tuft, I believe, so let's go ahead and drop it. And now we will get to work harvesting charcoal from my crock pots. Because I'm fairly sure that that's a required ingredient. Wow, it was a much more controlled burn than even I anticipated. Excellent. Why, hardly a speck beyond the intended target radius got scorched. And I had to light extra trees on fire, not the other way around. Ooh. Those sounds of fighting I heard during the night, and spiders, was it a tentacle? No. Oh snap, a tentacle died here. If I can take that. Yes! Tentacle spike is a very powerful weapon. The tentacle spike must have been killed by the frog, the merfolk people who live in those houses on the moor at night. To think I was this close, physically close, to a serious battle and oblivious to it. What are those? I don't recognize them on the mini-map. Oh, it's just half of a spider. Which is of course why I didn't recognize it. Okay, well despite the fact that I forgot to dump several of the resources I should have dumped before starting this trek, I was able to gather a lot of useful stuff. And that's kind of cool. Do I have a half-burnt torch in my inventory somewhere? No? Okay. I'm wondering what's wasting my space, and could just be that I've got a double armful of everything. Honestly, the biggest waste of space right now is 4 logs, and that's not a waste, it's just a lower efficiency use. Yeah, I should have cut this video a bit ago. I'll probably cut it pretty soon. Using those 4 pig skulls, I could probably break them and make a new pig house, once I have sufficient means that I'm not, like, living hand-to-mouth or whatever the term is. And back home sweet home. This is actually a wonderful home. There's lots of rabbits here. More than even I initially realized by a fair amount. Let me just look at this place. We're gonna spend all night planning these, so that's no big deal. The biggest concern right now is to get that lightning rod out. I think it's under science. Hope it's under science, yep. Just so that I don't suffer from instant lightning murder of everything I built up. We'll plant the bushes just to free up an inventory slot. And then we will use the remaining light time. Come on, I'm hitting plant, you're in green. There you go. Use the remaining light time to... I don't know, let's harvest me some rabbits. What? Wow, I have no inventory space. Okay, third thingy will go on the pile. In fact, it may be worth my while to figure out how to set up the treasure chest and keep that going too, just so I can put my stuff in a singular place. You know what? I am gonna cut the recording right now. That way I can continue setting up camp. Next time I come back, it'll be a simple activity. It will get me back into the game, and will shorten the length of each of these parts. So part 2 is over. Thank you so much for watching. Wilson has successfully scouted a large area of the map now. But yeah, thank you all for watching, and I will see you guys next time.